Shalom uvracha from Yerushalayim Yirah Kodesh. This evening, we study together the weekly portion of Parashat Pekudei, wherein we study Vayar Moshe et kol hamilacha v'nei asu ota ka'asher tziva Hashem ken asu vayvarech otam Moshe. In discussion of the details of the construction of the sanctuary of God, of the Mishkan, when Moshe saw all the work that had been done in the construction of the Mishkan sanctuary, when Moshe saw that all the work was done in exact accordance with the command of God, Moshe blessed the people with a very special level of blessing. The pasuk seems to be emphasizing Kol HaMelacha. Moshe saw all of the work, the totality of the labor that went into the sanctuary Mishkan. Several rabbinic midrashim see special meaning in this emphasis, and based on our text of our parasha, focus on the significance of work and labor in Torah tradition. In the words of the Midrash, Gidolahi HaMelacha. Work is absolutely very, very important. It is great. Gedolah. It's a high level. Melacha is a level of gadlut. Shelo sharata shchina b'Yisrael ela mitoch HaMelacha. For the presence of God rested amongst the Jewish people only as a result of the melacha labor. Shneimar, Vayar Moshe et kol ha-melacha, Vayvarech otam Moshe. When Moshe saw all of the work, then Moshe blessed them. Asks the Midrash, so why did the Jewish people have to work so hard at building a sanctuary? God could have given them a prefab sanctuary. The Mishkan could have been a heavenly given gift. God could have designed the Mishkan and passed it over to the Jewish people. Asks the Midrash, Ukvar haya kadosh baruch hu yachol lasot et ha-Mishkan, ubepnei ma tzivat Yisrael lasoto. Why did he need to have the Jewish people involved in laboring at building the temple? Answers the Midrash, Shaham melacha haviva, because work is so beloved. Teda, a proof for this idea, says the Midrash, Shaharei ne'emar ba b'melacha ma shelo ne'emar b'yirah. There is more mentioned in terms of levels of blessing of a person who is involved in labor more than even the people involved in certain levels of closeness to God. B'yirah ktiv, regarding a person who has a level of awe and awareness of God, it says, Ashrei ish yarei et Hashem. Psalm 112. Fortunate is the individual who has a level of awareness of God. But melacha, it says more than that. The level of blessing for someone involved in work, Yigia kapecha ki tochel. Psalm 128. Yigia kapecha ki tochel, when you will enjoy the fruits of your labor. Ashrecha v'tov lach, a double expression of blessing. You will be fortunate. All forms of good will be blessed upon you. Why the double expression? It's even more than yirah. The rabbis teach Ashrecha b'olam hazeh, tov lach l'olam haba, in this world and the next world. Gedolah melacha. A very similar idea is expressed in Pirkei Avot, in the opening section, the first chapter of the Ethics of the Fathers. The very famous dictum of Shemaiah, urging us to love work. Ehav et ha-melacha. Elucidated further in Avot the Rabbi Natan, chapter 11. Rabbi Tarfon Omer, Af HaKadosh Baruch Hu lo ishra shchinato al Yisrael ad she'asu melacha shene'emar v'asu li mikdash v'shachati b'tocham. The presence of God was felt amongst the Jewish people. The Shekhinah was there when? First, v'asu li mikdash. They had to be involved in constructing and working and laboring at building the temple. at building the sanctuary, building the Mishkan, and then v'shachati b'tocha. Although one can theoretically argue that God's interest in having them build the temple was the spiritual connection that will connect the Jewish people to the sanctuary of God, I believe that a careful reading of the rabbinic sources seems to indicate that it was not only the spiritual benefit that God had in mind in ordering and commanding and directing them to be involved in building the Mishkan. The rabbis understand these texts to mean the rabbis are emphasizing the centrality and significance, the glory and greatness of physical work, of manual labor. Love work means that even if someone is blessed to be independently wealthy, he or she is urged and perhaps even required to engage in some type of work and labor. As you may know, we, Baruch Hashem, live here in Ma'alot Dafna, right next to a street called Shimon HaTzadik Street. I welcome and invite all people viewing, connected with all the people that are viewing the viewers, or people that are directly or indirectly connected. You're all welcome to join us right here on Shimon HaTzadik Street. You're most welcome to visit with us. A teaching often quoted here on Shimon HaTzadik Street. If you live on Shimon HaTzadik Street, probably a good text to study would be the teachings of Shimon HaTzadik. So we often study Shimon HaTzadik's teaching, the second Mishnah in the Ethics of the Fathers, where we study Shimon HaTzadik taught that the world stands al shlosha dvarim ha'olam omed al Torah v'al ha'avodah v'al gemilut chasadim. The Torah teaches, Shimon HaTzadik teaches, that the world stands on three foundations. They are Torah, Avodah, which is usually translated Avodah, service of God, dedicated service of sacrifices to God or prayer to God, V'al Gemilut Chasadim, and upon acts of loving kindness. Although that's the way it's most often translated, it may be important to note that Al HaAvodah, the second of those pillars mentioned by Shimon HaTzadik, is understood by several commentaries to mean that the world stands on work. Al HaAvodah, on labor. Al HaAvodah, kipshuta. Sefer HaMaor, Sefer Lev Avot. Understand it in its most literal sense. Kigon Charisha, Ziriyah, Kitzira, V'chayotze bazeh. Plowing, sowing, reaping, physical types of labor. Unfortunately, a person who is not active may be opening pathways for the opposite of blessings. Our beloved rabbis teach us in Ketubot 59b, Habatala mivi'ah lidei zima. Habatala mivi'ah lidei shi'amum. Extended idleness can, God forbid, lead a person to immorality, can lead a person to mental ill health. In Torah tradition, work is not merely a means of making money. Even the wealthiest of people must see to it to remain active. In the words of one of the greatest commentaries on the Mishnah, Rabbeinu Ovadia Mibar Tanura, commonly known as the Rav, he teaches afilu yeshlo, ahavat hamalacha, afilu yeshlo, b'melit parnes, chayav la'asok b'malacha. The foundation of humankind is connected to malacha, to work. Only after occupying himself with work, only then is Adam privileged to enjoy the fruits of the Garden of Delights. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar teaches us in Avot Rabbi Natan, Af Adam Harishon Lo Ta'am Klum Ad She'asa Melacha. Adam could not taste any of the many delights of that great garden until he was involved literally in working. Now, I'm aware of the fact that there are other interpretations. I'm aware of the fact that the rabbis in other texts understand this pasuk to mean spiritual levels of work. But not this midrash, not about Rabbi Nathan Arishon ben Elazar. Shne'emar vayanihehu v'gan Eden lo'avda u'l'shamra. God placed Adam in Gan Eden to work, to guard it, to be physically involved in lo'avda, with the word avodah, to work the garden. Only after that, only after a certain level of melacha. In the next text it says, Mikol Eitz Hagan Achol Tochel. After working, after involved in melacha, Adam v'Chava can now enjoy the delights of the garden. Our heritage extols physical work. Some of the most famous Talmudic rabbis were laborers. Remember reading in the Talmud about Hillel chopping wood? A wood chopper, Hillel. Shammai, according to certain interpretations, was a builder. Rabbi Yochanan HaSandalar. Sandalar. He made shoes. He designed shoes. He was a shoemaker. Rabbi Yitzchak Napaha. Rabbi Yitzchak the smith. These were the rabbis of our tradition. There were great non-Jewish thinkers in antiquity who viewed work as being below the dignity of the elevated elite. Not so in our Torah. Our Torah teaches the glory of work. Gadol haneneh miyigia kapav. Fortunate is the individual. Great is the individual who enjoys the labor of his or her hands. Yoter mirei shamayim. The Talmud teaches in Tractate Brachot that a person who benefits from the fruits of his or her labor is in a certain level greater than a person who is filled with the awe and awareness of Hashem. Why? Suggests Rav Chaim Shmulevitz that a person who is completely trusting in God can surely understand that the blessings are only the result of God. It's obvious. Where else are they coming from? But a person who's involved in Yigia Kapayim, a person who works, a person who labors, can now think that the reason why my field is so successful, the reason why my fields are yielding such produce is because I am the one. It's because of my input. The reason why I'm successful is because I went to many years of study. I have degrees. I invested my money wisely. I am the one who ran the business with a certain level of dedication. Gadol haneh biyigia kapav yoter mirei shamayim means, according to Rav Shmulevitz, if the person who works still understands that the source of blessing is God, then that's a greater level than the person who's only involved in Yirei Shamayim. Ubeirachecha Hashem Elokecha b'chol asher ta'aseh. The Torah in Deuteronomy 15 speaks of receiving God's blessing, but it seems that we too have to be proactive. Ubeirachecha Hashem Elokecha b'chol asher ta'aseh. And Hashem will indeed bless you in all that you do. It is through the doing, through the active behavior, that we merit this blessing. Vayar Moshe et kol ha-melacha vayvarech otam Moshe. Moshe sees the melacha work and then blesses them. Ubeirachecha Hashem Elokecha b'chol asher ta'aseh. Hashem, God, sees our activities, is aware of our efforts, and then we receive the divine blessing. May each of you be blessed. B'chol asher ta'aseh. May we understand the importance of melacha and asiyah, and may each one benefit the great blessing in all that we do.
Amen.
Thank you so much for listening. Shalom and bracha.